pull up the YouTube. Yeah. Alright, and we're live. Hey guys, welcome to today's stream. Playing more Ace Attorney, but you don't have time, so we're gonna get going. What happened last time? We got to the new case, and that's it.
We got to the new case? No way.
Yeah.
Or we finished last case, is what you're saying.
We got to the new case.
I don't remember what happened.
The grand
Nothing.
end of the century great
Well, that's what I'm saying, we
exhibition
ended
of
London.
London.
Okay,
Surely
yeah,
there is
we're
not
saying.
a soul who has failed to hear of it. Wondrous new works of culture and industry from every corner of the globe had converged on Hyde Park, welcoming over 50 million visitors. The last great hurrah of this century.
That balloon in the top right.
Astonished and delighted people of all nations, and
It's
ended
not
on a
infinite
note
resolution.
of resounding
It's
success.
off by 50 pixels.
But as regards to the terrible catastrophe that occurred during the festivities, very few are aware my friend Mr. Herlock Sholmes had a hand in unraveling the matter. For from the shadows, it was he who earnestly unearthed the facts of the case.
Wow.
And like the centerpiece of the great exhibition, which rose high into the skies of Hyde Park, Sholmes's brilliant deductions, as clear and lofty as the Crystal Tower itself, brought the truth to light.
That's why I stream early in the morning. Alright. Let's turn the audio back down.
We're here at the showground of the Great Exhibition, which is absolutely packed with people.
Oh, it's still going.
Oh, we're back in the present moment, right?
Yeah.
We're no longer...
The weather is
There's
unusually
voice
warm.
acting. This is weird.
It's a most extraordinary
No,
scientific
our jobs are stolen from us!
Why does this guy get a voice?
Ladies and gentlemen,
What?
the 20th century will see steam
No
engines
way!
and electrical power dominate the world. Horse-drawn carts will give way to the motor car. Ships will sprout wings and take to the skies. And today we showcase even
That's right,
more
morning
advanced
stream.
technology, a glimpse
Morning,
into
Rob.
the future, a world first, a demonstration of my super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine.
I drove an hour last night just to get here this morning so we can do this stream. Because these people have to leave
Man will literally be disassembled
in
by
like
a
2 hours.
high
So we got
voltage
2 hours, less than 2 hours to stream, honestly.
What is he even saying? I'm so
Just read it.
zoned
Just
out
read what
of,
it's
like-
saying.
Reassembled by a series of
They're saying that-
It's like I'm listening to his voice, but I'm not listening to what
I
he's saying.
think this guy's literally made a teleporter.
Yep, teleport machine.
Doesn't
His
he just
body
kill-
will
he probably
be
just kills someone.
disassembled and reassembled.
We're about to kill this guy.
Yep. Time for a murder.
When
Yes,
he
that's
runs.
exactly. Perfect way.
From now, this gentleman will, in the blink of an eye, complete an incredible journey through the air.
This guy's the most important character. He gets the most voice lines.
Yeah.
Crystal Tower behind you.
That was real, and I was watching this live. I just.
No, they're all supposed to be the eccentric type. As mad scientists.
This is crazy. Feels like a different game.
Yeah. Imagine if all the. If all the talking points from now on were already. Like,
Man, honestly, I wish our voice acting was that great.
I want to be him.
Alright.
have to copy that
You
voice.
do always get the eccentric ones, I guess.
Bruno, are you listening?
Oh, sorry. What was it? What was that, Iris?
What's the matter with you? You've been miles away all morning. Didn't you like what I cooked for breakfast?
Yeah,
No, that's not it at all. No.
That literally happened this morning.
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Matt made me breakfast, and I turned it down. Threw it in the garbage.
It's right here.
Look how
That
delicious
looks so
looks.
good.
Wait, do it a little bit lower.
Oh, it's that they can see.
That looks so yum.
Sorry.
Anyway, what were we talking about again?
Today's paper, it's full of news about the Great Exhibition again.
Ah, yes, the Great Exhibition. I'd like to go sometime.
You're really not your usual self today. You seem very down. Don't you agree, Hurley?
Did you say something, Iris?
Oh gosh, you're even more down.
When did you arrive, Mr. Naruhodo? I've been here for about half an hour already. We've
It's
had breakfast
punching.
together.
No, he's throwing jabs.
What? Why
We've
didn't you
had
mention it
breakfast.
before? I thought you might have known I was here, you know, because breakfast. Iris is quite right. You're clearly lacking in vim. So much so that I didn't notice your presence. Thanks.
What's Vim?
I don't know. And these days I just go over it, gloss over the words. Of course, I could deduce the reason perfectly well with simple observations. What? Let's see, yes, for example, your tousled hair this morning, with all its unruly spikes. Clearly it can be deduced therefore that. Let me stop you there, Mr. Sholmes, because I think I can see where this is going. My hair always looks like this, it always has, ever since we first met, in fact. Oh, really? How interesting. It just doesn't look like a haircut as such, I suppose. Thanks again. It crossed my mind recently that it's been 6 months now.
6 months?
Since I was forbidden from working in court, so I've been wondering how much longer I'm going to be banned.
Why did he get forbidden again?
Oh, well, what would...
'Cause he
Because,
lied.
like, though he, like, lied for his
Yeah.
clients, having Gildan lucky.
I thought he didn't lie.
No,
That's the
well,
problem.
he didn't know, but, like... But, yeah. Because, like, well, like, he, like... I feel like he knew stuff about the carriage and stuff. I can't remember exactly.
Well, that would explain why you
Oh
seem
yeah,
so
he
rather
knew it was
glum.
fake blood, but he didn't really say
Don't you
anything.
agree, Hurley?
Did you say something, Iris?
Like
back to
amnesia
Moby.
or something.
He's bipolar.
Yeah, he's bipolar.
Bipolar depressive.
What's the matter with Mr. Sholmes today? He seems even more down in the dumps than me.
I know, and the great exhibition has opened. You'd think he'd be excited. Oh, why don't we all go to see it together?
I want to, of course I do, but I can't. Not for the time being. Why not? Why not? Why not? Because I'm a great detective after all. So you're embroiled in some tricky case that you can't be distracted from, is that it?
That's why he's depressed. He can't.
I don't remember hearing that you're working on a case, Hurley.
I suppose I should try to find out what's going on. Alright, this will give us the recap we needed.
Alright.
Half a year ago now, I took on the defense of a young girl in the trial heard at the Old Bailey. What at first seemed like a simple case of murder that took place at a London pawnbrokery turned out to be one part of much more far-reaching plot that involved the British government. During the course of the trial, it was found that I made an unavoidable yet at the same time unforgivable mistake.
Yeah, wasn't the British government also lying? The dude who eats the fries?
I think he was hiding stuff.
Oh, should I reread this?
It's
or
been long enough.
Words fail me. This situation is utterly deplorable. Mr. Naruhodo,
He's dying at this point, so.
Yes, my lord.
I will decide upon your fate following the conclusion of this trial.
Of course, my lord. That didn't explain anything. In the
What
end, I had my
the-
right to represent people in court revoked. I was told I had to spend my time in research and studies, so that's what I've been doing.
You have, haven't you, Runa? Reading all those big fat tomes about British law up in your room, and the notes about Sholmes' old cases.
Brewing Irish's special blend of tea, fetching my daily bread for me. You've become something of a manservant around here. Starting on the silverware next, Master Naruhodo.
Wait, if he's literally been living there, then why is he surprised that he's there?
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
That's so stupid.
When did you get here? I live
Well,
here.
He's
I've
like-
been
he's-
living here for 6 months.
He's in the attic, and maybe it was like when he came down.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I'm thinking of going
But
to
even
ask-
still, it's like your child that has been living with you for 6 months from college
like, when
comes
did
home.
you get here?
How long have you been here for? It's like Dad, I
Maybe
just
maybe
came
if
out
maybe
for
if you like
breakfast.
never come down and you're holed up in your room all the time, you know?
Oh.
But he hasn't, you know. He's been. I don't know.
He's been a
I'm thinking of
manservant.
going to ask the powers that be to reconsider, specifically Lord Strongheart, the British Supreme Court on Whitehall.
Lord Strongheart?
Ah, the delightful Lord Chief Justice, not my favorite fellow. He's not mine either, but he's the man I have to talk to. He's the only one who can grant me permission for me to start working in the courts again. I came to Britain to become the best lawyer I could, and I can't do that just sitting around here.
That's not why he originally came.
Well, yeah, but that's what his goal became while Cosmo died.
Listen, I came to Britain to become the best lawyer. No, you came to Britain, like, just to dick around with your friend until a cat killed him. And then you decided to become a lawyer.
Yep. The whole of London has been swept up in this great exhibition, hasn't it? The most advanced science, the most modern technology, the finest works of art and feats of engineering. For the next 6 months, our capital will be showcasing these things and the world will be watching.
Oh, do you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to look down on London from one of those lovely balloons.
Look down. Do you mean those things fly?
Yes, of course. They fly high in the sky and don't even need wings to do it. All you need is hot air.
How? How does the hot air have anything to do with flying? It makes no sense. I can't understand it at all.
That's true of a lot of new scientific discoveries. Most people can't understand them at first. But in 100 years' time, all these things will just be common knowledge.
I suppose they might be.
Mind you, some of the science being demonstrated seems very questionable. There was a huge explosion.
You
missed.
You skipped the first entire sentence.
Blinked right when you clicked it. Anyways, something went wrong. I was like, that's weird. Something went wrong on the open experimentation stage yesterday, apparently. There was a huge explosion. Still, I wish I'd seen it, though. I'd love to see how bad some of these scam experiments really are.
Says the innocent 10-year-old girl. See here, every page of this paper carries some article or other about the great exhibition. But the brighter things shine, the darker the shadows that are cast behind them. Perhaps personally, I find myself drawn to the darkness, to the impenetrable. That is my proper atmosphere.
Can I just point something out?
What?
In the background, where we have a list of like items on a shelf. Look at how freaking big those chess pieces are. If that is how big glasses are in this world, those chess pieces are freaking huge.
I mean,
they're ginormous. Look at the shoe. What about the shoe?
Maybe they're just extra large chess pieces. Maybe these are like extra large objects, you know? It's like a shelf of extra large things.
That's just ridiculous.
Because there's only 2 chess pieces. It's not like it's meant for an entire chessboard.
Alright.
Same with those cards, honestly.
Shadows cast behind, is that a metaphorical way of referring to the back page of the paper?
Sorry, no time for commentary. We can't get sidetracked.
That's right, that's right. Are you investigating a particularly tricky case at the moment, Mr. Sholmes? You could say that, I suppose. Nothing more to add. That's not like you. What sort of case is it? Shh! Quiet, Mr. Naruto. We must not discuss it here. You never know who might be listening.
You're acting very strangely, Hurley.
What do you mean, Iris?
Well, usually, the more mysterious and complicated the case is, the better Hurley's mood.
Ah.
Is it really a case that's bothering you?
Iris, please, you mustn't exercise your astute powers of observation and deduction on me without invitation. Remember what I always say. Put yourselves in the shoes of the individual about whom you're making this deductions.
If only he would do that out of all the people he's accused wrong.
Do as he says, not as he does. You say that, do you? You, Mr. Sholmes.
I know.
Never mind. Once I've had a cup of tea, I must make my way to the scene. Make my way at once to the crime scene. That was a deep sigh.
It's too straightforward for him. He just knows it. There's nothing to use. That's why he said it.
What else am I supposed to do?
Examine the chess pieces.
Whoa, there's a whole other side to stuff. Do the math science stuff.
This is...
Ah yes, this is where you note down ideas, isn't it, Iris? What's in the melting pot today? The blue carbuncle.
Yes, it's from a case of theft that Hurley solved ages ago. The theft of a precious stone. The theft of a precious stone. A carbuncle is another name for a garnet, you see.
Wow, that's the first time it has never helped me. When they were in...
Especially
this
if
is
it's
another
cut
name
with
for
a
this.
rounded top.
I don't know either.
Oh really? And this garnet was blue, was it?
Well, that's the thing. They're usually red. No blue garnets have ever been discovered.
Oh.
So who knows what that thing said?
A group of
So who knows what the
silicate
stolen
materials
gemstone
that have
actually
been
was?
used since the Bronze Age. Like a gemstone.
Gemstone. That's the real mystery of the case.
A proper Sherlock Holmes conundrum, huh?
I can type with my eyes shut, you know.
I can believe it. When a deadline's approaching, you sound like a Gatling gun.
That reminds me of a dream I had the other day. It was such a funny one. It woke me, actually. I was typing for a whole hour in the pitch black, but I didn't make a single mistake.
That's incredible.
But then, when it got light, I found that there wasn't any paper in the machine.
No.
That sucks. Now I wonder if I'd actually been typing at all.
I think, how did you know you didn't make a single mistake then?
I know.
I think you might just have fallen asleep on the job. Okay, wait, this can't be what are we supposed to do? Conversed?
Thomas doesn't like the lore.
Present.
You guys don't have time. Oh, maybe we're supposed to look at
Oh,
this
yeah,
actually quick.
I would examine it. First tested matter transport device.
Every article on the front page is news about the Great Exhibition. Public experiments to demonstrate brand new scientific ideas, cultural exhibits from around the globe. It's also positive and hopeful about the coming century. We must all go to see it properly before too long, okay?
The Reaper attacked?
There we go. So many glowing reports about the Great Exhibition and everything that's going on there, other than this rather gloomy looking one, that is.
Lord Van Zeek. Lost cat? No! What's his face is lost? What is his name? Meow?
Wagahai? Wait,
Wagahai!
what?
What's the matter, Bruno? The Reaper. Oh, that's you.
The Reaper attacked. Ruffians, something to intimidate man of justice. That's Lord Van Zeeks. This must be what Mr. Sholmes was talking about. Does he know any more, I wonder? There we go. Now we have the thing to advance the plot. Probably have to present it. Oh, never mind. It says in the paper that Lord Van Zeeks was attacked. That's terrible. You know the legend of the Reaper of the Bailey, of course, don't you? Only too well, in fact. Yes, Prosecutor Burke Van Zeeks.
Bet.
They say that if the Reaper is the prosecutor of the case, there's no salvation for whoever's in the dock. Even if the defendant is found not guilty. Once the Reaper has someone in his sights, one way or another, that person's time left on this earth will be short. London's finest rogues always find a way around the law. They'll stop at nothing to secure an acquittal at trial. Falsifying evidence, paying sham witnesses, threatening jurors, bribing judges. But even such devious tactics as these cannot save them from the hands of the Reaper. As you've experienced yourself, haven't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I've seen the Reaper's retribution at work.
Except for Soseki-san.
Many of these criminal rogues are reckless and quite unafraid to die. If a leader among their fraternity is seen to have been taken by the Reaper, retaliation like this does occur. Really, the capital has a never-ending supply of such scoundrels. So, do you mean Lord Van Zeeks has been attacked like this before? This isn't the first time? He's quite an accomplished combatant, you know. He doesn't take these attacks lying down. Although, it seems that his assailants were armed with guns this time. Oh my goodness, is he alright then? Is Lord Van Zeeks hurt? My dear fellow, how on earth would I know?
Well, in the article here it says, as to what of Lord Van Zeeks and his condition, all will be revealed in tomorrow's morning edition.
Ah, I see. Well, we shall have to be patient then. No, I can't wait until tomorrow. In that case, you shall have to inquire with somebody in the know. But who? Lord Strongheart, perhaps?
Oh, we gotta go there anyways.
Yep, it all works out. Looks like we're all packed up and ready to go. Well, I must be leaving now. Yes, understood. See you later, Mr. Sholmes. Ha! You really are a shameless liar sometimes, my dear fellow. What? You seek to put me off my guard and follow me, don't you? Well, you will be wasting your time. The thought hadn't crossed my mind, but now I'm wondering where you're going. Ah ha ha! Well then, see you later, indeed. Listen to him, he's still laughing on his way out of the door. What the heck, Mickey Mouse?
Whoa!
Alright then, Bruno, let's get going.
Iris, what are you wearing?
I've got change to go to the Great Exhibition. You're going to take me.
What? But I was just about to go to the Supreme Court.
It's her
Oh,
Herlock Sholmes
well, that sounds fun too. You're going to take me there then.
We're just pointing a gun at us.
You're gonna take me there then. Alright, fine. Just lower that weapon, would you?
Of course. And after the Supreme Court, then we'll go to see the Great Exhibition.
Alright.
Don't gotta check.
Looks like we've been strong-armed.
That's a weird.
Yep, it's
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse, Clubhouse.
Do they just allow pigeons inside the building, or
Open.
is there just a magician just going on, just having a show every time?
A magic show.
It's been about 6 months now since I was last here, but some things never changed, like the pigeons flying in the background, or the sense of foreboding I always seem to find in the place. It doesn't seem to be bothering Iris at all, though. She's happily reading over there.
Oh, I love this place. I always find so many interesting
Books here.
books here.
Of course, I was forgetting that you've been here before. The time we came here 6 months ago. When Susato-san was given the news that she was to return to Japan. That's probably you, man.
Ah, I understand you wish to speak with me.
Is this the time, dude? Yeah.
Oh, Lord Strongheart, I trust you've been keeping well?
Let's see, since you've arrived and requested an audience, it's been 4 hours, 32 minutes, and 26 seconds. I've kept you waiting a while, my apologies.
No, not at all. I lack nothing more than standing around, staring into space.
Good to know.
Good to know, that doesn't appear to bother him at all. Mail Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of London.
Mail.
He's I don't know how else would you say that.
No, yeah.
He's the man who allowed me
Mail.
to start practicing
Mail.
as a defense lawyer when I arrived in Britain as a student. You need only savor the air for a moment in this grand office to understand his preeminent status.
As you will be aware, the Great Exhibition of London is now underway at last. We're extremely busy as a result, policing the grounds, guarding the new technologies, dealing with petty crime. And furthermore, as of next month, we shall open the International Forensic Science Symposium.
Oh, I've not heard about that.
Investigating authorities from 40 countries around the globe will be taking part, including from your own land. Forensic science is the future. The world must embrace it. And we're the hosting nation. I have much to do. And it is my highest priority. If others must wait for my attention as a result, so be it.
Well, it's nice to know where I stand.
So, you wish to consult with me? Of course, I can very well imagine what this is about.
Ah, well, thanks for agreeing to this meeting, my lord. I want to be allowed to start working as a defense lawyer again in court. That's what brought me here today. But actually, there's something else playing on my mind as it happens.
Bruno, just take a deep breath and come out with me. Come
out with me!
it.
Whoa! Whoa!
Come out with it.
She's 6.
She's 10.
She's 10.
I actually came here to ask you. I came here today to ask for your permission.
Go on.
6 months ago, my right to work in court as a lawyer was revoked, and I was told to spend my time studying. Obviously, I'm very sorry for what happened, but the thing is, it made me understand what it meant to it really means to defend somebody under the rules of a foreign justice system. And I desperately want to have another go. Please, permit me to enter the courtroom again.
Mr. Naruhodo,
Yes? Oh, here it comes.
I'm sure you haven't forgotten your position here, have you? At best, you are a substitute for your compatriot. This was never your intended role.
Oh, dang. But that's true. The Japanese government actually sent my best friend on this study tour, not me. It should have been Kazuma. He was so determined to bring change to our own justice system at home. That was his calling. Yes, if that tragic accident hadn't happened, I wouldn't be here in this office now.
Wait, didn't he like trip over a cat or what
Yep.
happened?
Yep.
That's literally what happened.
So dumb.
Yep.
And
Mr.
then-
Asogi was my best friend,
How
you
is
see.
he still alive when he's like writing
That
stuff?
was the whole case.
Yeah.
He didn't do that.
Oh.
That's why I can't leave it unfinished. I have to fulfill his calling for him.
His calling, you say. Has it never occurred to you that perhaps you know nothing of his true calling?
Sorry?
The mission with which that young law student was charged. What do you suppose it really was?
What do you mean? Mission? He's not making any sense.
Mission these, never mind. I've read all the reports you've submitted over the past 6 months. It's clear to me that you regret your actions and have been studiously obeying your revised instructions.
Do you mean?
As of this moment, I reinstate your license to practice law here in Great Britain.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's wonderful news, Runo.
In fact, I believe I have the perfect case to mark your comeback. A curious affair. You'll consider it, I hope.
Of course. Please tell me more.
A curious affair.
You described it as a curious affair.
A man with a baboon, that's right. I believe it was reported in the press.
What? Where did that
A
even come
curious
from?
affair is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Are you aware that there was a serious accident at the Great Exhibition yesterday?
Oh no.
Yes, I read about it. A professor from Germany tried to carry out a crazy experiment.
German science!
He's
That
the
is-
greatest in the world!
How was it described? Super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, I think?
Why is it always German
Why
and
is
there's
it
Germany and there's
German?
scientists?
Oh no.
Instantaneous kinesis, as in moving things with a click of fingers.
That's right. It's just what my herbal blends need. A dash of devil may care.
What?
Yeah, I don't
Whatever the
get that.
serious accident was exactly, it's clearly captured Iris's imagination.
It's an unfortunate business. A large explosion engulfed the public experimentation stage and a man lost his life. A certain Mr. Odie Asman, an investor and a well-known figure in society.
OD ass man.
A large explosion.
A man died?
Yeah, Iris. Oh.
The man responsible for the experiment was Professor Albert Harebrain.
Hair.
Albert Harebrain?
I think like he's a harebrain, like he's scatterbrains.
Yeah.
He was determined immediately after the incident and is due. Oh, he was detained immediately after the incident and is due to appear in court tomorrow
Oh, I have to defend this guy?
on the
Probably.
charge of murder.
What? Murder?
Murder!
If you intend to take on his defense, you should hurry to meet with him at the prison. There is very little time left for you to carry out any kind of investigation.
The Great Exhibition, a scientific experiment gone wrong, and murder? I fell out of my depth before I even started, still.
We should go to the prison straight away then, and try to meet with this German professor, don't you think?
Definitely.
Definitely.
Ah, yes, one more thing about the case. There's a connection with our mutual acquaintance, the Reaper.
Oh, with Lord Van Zeeks, how?
All sorts of conferences have been taking place around the world.
This isn't even continuing his
Yeah.
thought.
I know.
We
Just keep
we
going.
clicked on a different topic.
Gosh dang it!
All sorts of conferences have been taking place around the world to coincide with the Great Exhibition. Next month, the largest and most important of them will take place at last.
There's this crazy thing that happened. Really?
The
how's
International
your day?
Forensic
I mean, it
Science
was good,
Symposium.
You have to go to the prison right away if you want to interview this, if you want to get anything out of this guy. Well, let me tell you all about the International Forensic
know.
Science Symposium. It does seem as though the criminal investigation needs to embrace scientific methods, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Ah!
London, the global epicenter of culture, science, and wealth, now has a population exceeding 6 million. Sadly, crime in the capital is growing at a similarly startling rate, so it's imperative that we use the latest scientific methods to investigate and resolve cases as efficiently as possible.
Which is what's known as forensic science, isn't it?
Exactly! The future
Every
of
time
policing.
the pigeons. Ah!
Regrettably, however, Britain is currently dragging its feet when it comes to the adoption of forensic methods.
Oh dear, that's alarming.
Exactly!
Oh
It's
my
extremely alarming.
Oh my gosh.
This magician must really like this pigeon trick out of his hat.
He just hires some dude like every time I say exactly, release him.
If I were Her Majesty's Attorney General, you can be sure.
No, it's definitely there's some guy on the slide just watching him. Whenever he poses, he just releases a trigger to let some pigeons out.
The numbers of crimes committed and resolved in London would be very different to the current figures. and I can cite 12 solid arguments and 223 individual reasons to support my claim.
Okay.
Sorry?
Sorry.
By way of apology for keeping you waiting earlier, I shall detail everyone now.
What? Don't worry about it. Keep going.
Oh, how fascinating.
It all began 15 years ago. I was.
He's actually talking! But make it to the prison as fast as
No,
possible.
no. By choosing this option, we lost the case.
Oh my god.
He's just going!
And the more or less sums up my feelings on the matter in the simplest of terms, of course.
Oh, yes. that was
Essentially, to formally establish a forensic investigation division within Scotland Yard. That is my mission.
simple. Oh, right. Yes, that's wonderful.
Exactly!
Oh, really? I got that right, wow.
Wonderful is precisely what it will be.
Even she started reading something.
Iris isn't paying attention at all. She got her nose in another book now.
Oh, is it over? Did you learn anything useful?
I actually drifted off for the most part. He's surprisingly ardent about forensic science.
He's just not gonna finish the...
Oh, it has to involve the Reaper.
Nothing. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
some-
Yeah. Present this to me.
That's dumb.
Oh, that reminds me. Have you seen this?
The reports of the overwhelming success of the Great Exhibition, of course.
No, not that. The story on the back page.
What story? The Reaper attacked. Ah, that. You've enjoyed some victories in court against my #1 prosecutor, have you not?
Poor Mr. Reaper. What happened to him? He wasn't killed, was he?
There's no need for concern. Lord Van Seeks would not be so easily dispatched, I assure you.
Can you tell us what happened? I'd really love to know.
Very well. If it interests you.
It does, strangely. Man, we're gonna do everything before
The
we get to
Reaper!
this case.
You
I need
should
some
see
socks
the
real
other
quick.
guy.
Can you give me a tissue?
Yes.
Fortunately, Lord Van Seeks emerged from the attack unscathed. Street ruffians are no match for that man. He's a very capable fighter.
I would love to see a cutscene of this.
Me too.
But that's incredible. They were armed with guns. Why was he attacked, though? Do we know?
It's related to the events that occurred a month ago. A leader of one of the capital's criminal organizations was indicted and prosecuted by Van Seeks.
Was it indicted?
That's for sure indicted. Like,
Yeah. Indicted.
no, indicted?
It's indicted. Here you go.
It's not indicted.
Yes, it is.
It's indict. To accuse. Look.
But what about the past
What?
tense?
Indict.
I know I know it's like that in the present, but like,
Why would it change from being
I
in the
don't
present to
know,
indict
man.
to
English is weird.
indicted? No, it's indict. Have
Wait,
any
do
of you
past
ever
tense
watched a
indict.
court case?
Do past tense and see how you say it.
I don't think you can.
Oh, you should be able to. Right there, click on indicted.
I searched up
I
indicted.
know, but right here.
Indicted, you mean? I know it's indicted. It's just funny you guys don't believe it. But whatever.
I know it's indict, but yeah, I don't know.
He was indicted?
Alright, let's keep going.
Indicted.
It's fine. It's fine.
Who knows? Probably is indicted.
No, it is indicted.
There you go.
You guys
That's
have
it,
to
that's
learn
it,
how
that's
to
it.
trust
It was right
me.
there. Right there.
There you go. You're
I'll
correct.
accept both of your apologies.
Alright.
You win today.
Maybe you should actually listen to me next time. You won't, but you should.
Well, sometimes we do and you're wrong. So
When?
I can't name a specific time, but
It's
I know
because there's
it's
not a
happened.
specific
It's
time.
never happened
Yeah.
before. He's never been wrong.
But the man was acquitted.
Yeah, I've never been wrong. What was the word? Meringue?
Meringue?
Meringue? I'm never wrong.
Meringue you mean?
There we go. There's an example.
But the man was acquitted. I have no doubt large sums of money were
No,
involved
it's
behind the
acquitted.
scenes.
I'm just kidding.
Large sums of money.
Nah, it's not even funny.
I'm
A
kidding.
deplorable situation. Members of the jury were bribed, it seems. However, despite winning his freedom, the man in question met a dramatic end yesterday.
But you're not suggesting Well, you're not suggesting that was the work of the Reaper, surely.
The victim's henchmen certainly seem to think so. He was a man by the name of Assman, or Mr. Odie Assman.
Did you say Ozman?
That's the man who died in the big explosion at the Great Exhibition.
Yes, known publicly as an investor, but in reality the head of a significant criminal organization.
Unbelievable. I wonder, could I ask you something, Lord Strongheart?
Try me.
Why do you use Lord Van Zeeks as a prosecutor? All the criminals who manage to get off in court then meet with mysterious ends outside the courtroom, and fearful of that fate, they seek to strike at Lord Van Zeeks first. I know there's no evidence that he actually is the Reaper in that sense, but still, something's clearly going on here.
I have Van Zeek's work for the prosecution service for 2 reasons. Firstly, he's racist. The man is the best prosecutor in the capital, bar none. And secondly, any deaths of criminals that have occurred outside the courtroom following his trials are nothing to do with him.
He's the one doing them all.
Oh, fetch.
But that doesn't make sense. How can you explain the way so many have died if not by someone's hands?
Van Zeeks may have earned himself the moniker of the Reaper, but he is no killer. So he will continue to prosecute on behalf of the Crown. Unless he wishes otherwise, of course. Well, I must be leaving for my next engagement. I'm already 11 hours and 16 minutes late. My colleagues may be starting to fidget.
11 hours late? Your monologue was that long?
Usually he's always on time. That's crazy.
The whole point is the Forensic Science Symposium, man. It's quite something.
That meeting had already started when I arrived back here for this engagement with you. So lateness was inevitable. Time stops for no man.
I'm sure it stopped for me during those 12 solid arguments and 223 reasons. Oh yes, where would I find Lord Van Zeeks now?
Oh my gosh.
I would assume he's at his office.
Right, I'll go and ask him about the attack in person. I want to get this straight from the horse's mouth.
Whoa! Away with you. I'm leaving Professor Hairbrain's defense entirely in your hands.
Yes, of course. Thank you very much, my lord. Alright. I'll lean on me. Alright. Well, which one should we go to first? Go here. It has the exclamation point.
Oh, so this is the Legendary Reaper's office.
Oh,
Yes.
we're in Van Zeek's office.
Yeah.
Look, he has little toys. He plays Warhammer.
Oh no, this is the crime scene.
Oh.
Yes, it appears so.
It sends a chill down your spine, doesn't it? What an amazingly deathly atmosphere.
Oh, is that?
What?
That hooded figure was so still I hadn't noticed his or her presence. I wonder who it is.
Yeah, who could it be?
What are you doing here?
Ugh! It's the first time we're seeing him in this angle. He's as unwelcoming as I thought he'd be. Actually, maybe even more so. Oh, I'm glad to see you're well.
I am.
So, who's the person over by the wall being punished for something or other?
Oh, it's not him.
No punishment
No.
is taking place here.
Oh. You can tell they have white clothes.
That's my apprentice, and he's sitting there of his own free will.
I didn't know you had an apprentice. It must be the same person who was pictured in the newspaper. That person?
Huh.
I thought that guy was his assailant.
Yeah.
Then
He was
again,
very
it's weird
able
taking a
in
picture like
combat.
that.
A requisite skill for anyone under my tutelage.
Are you referring to the attack on the Reaper that was reported in the papers?
The Reaper. Be interested to know the Reaper's true identity myself. Assuming that is such a fabled fiend genuinely inhabits our great courtroom.
What?
He doesn't even.
He doesn't know who's the one killing. I bet it's that guy over there. His apprentice. Lord Strongheart said that the assault last night was some sort of a revenge attack.
True, carried out by henchmen of Odie Asman's criminal organization. The investigation meant their arrests were imminent. Presumably some hope to kill me before that happened.
Odie Asman.
He's always masqueraded as one of London's most powerful financiers. Global investor.
Imagine wearing that outfit all day, every day.
But his enormous wealth came
He has
to him
10 of
by
them in his
underhand
closet.
means,
Yes.
via his criminal activities.
And he used that money to buy himself a verdict of not guilty when he found himself in court, didn't he? Being prosecuted by you, Mr. Reaper.
But the man got his comeuppance in the end. Yesterday, in fact, in extraordinary circumstances, it was a most unusual cause of death.
I know about that. It was a super high voltage instantaneous kinesis gone wrong. Mr. Asman died when the demonstration on the public experimentation stage ended in an enormous explosion.
Correct. And you think I have some kind of divine ability to cause an accident like that to happen, do you?
Well, no, that does seem a little far-fetched. If this man really is the Fabled Reaper, then he has to be innocent of this particular death, at least.
It's strange how this has worked out, isn't it, Bruno? I mean, what with you taking on the professor's defense for the trial tomorrow?
What? You're going to be defending him?
Oh yes, that's right, though I barely know the man's name yet, to be honest.
Albert Hairbrain.
That's right. Do you know him by any chance?
Of course. He's a contemporary of mine. We were at university together.
You're...
What?
I'm gay.
Oh,
That would be the craziest plot twist.
I guess.
No, considering how like anti-woke he is, he's
I
like
mean,
racist,
of course
he's
back in
He's
the
just
universe.
racist, man.
sexist.
Oh.
Wow, maybe that would explain his sexism. He just only likes dudes. He's sexist too. We
When was-
established
I
that.
don't remember this one.
He towards what's her face, his assistant,
Yeah?
his lowly assistant.
Don't really remember any specific
I
instances.
swear, look, I swear it's
You
in your
don't
title.
mean-
It's in your
well,
title.
While you look for that, I understand that Professor Hairbrain was from Germany, though.
Hairbrain's from a respectable British family. After graduating from the University of London, he moved to Germany to carry out research, that's all.
So you were students together.
I was in the Faculty of Law, of course, and he in Science, so our paths rarely crossed. Curiously, we got along, though I've not met him since my university days. I certainly didn't expect our next encounter to take this form. And with you, of all people, representing him.
Ugh, only if I make it out of this office alive. He's actually been charged with murder, it seems.
Yes, I know, because the prosecution will be handled by me.
By you? But you made it sound as if you and the professor had been friends.
Fanzik says racist, fighting racism, flashing dat brass. Woke attorney. I think it's woke attorney.
I don't remember any instances of him being sexist, I'll be
I think
honest.
woke attorney is where he goes.
I
I'll
don't
look it
remember
up, I'll
any
look it up.
instances of him being sexist.
We are friends, it's true.
Then why would you do this?
If the Reaper is the prosecutor, there's nothing anyone can do to save him. He's doomed.
Except for Soseki-san that everyone
What's
forgets
Lord
about.
Van Zeek's thinking? What do you mean by what you said before? If you'd like to know the Reaper's true identity, does that mean...
I'm a crown prosecutor and a mortal like any other. I'm no demigod.
But they've all died, haven't they? The people you've prosecuted, I mean. Whether or not the trial ended in a conviction or an acquittal.
Those I prosecute are the vilest wretches of our society. People who without question deserve to be found guilty. The world is a better place without them.
Except for Soseki-san.
Yeah, he didn't die.
But that's not true of
There
Mr.
we
Natsume,
go.
for example. He wasn't a vile wretch at all.
Nor was Ginny. In fact,
Oh, yeah.
she's ever so hardworking now.
Her too.
Yeah,
She's still alive, maybe. You never know. We haven't seen her in a while.
that's true. Been 6 months.
I can't deny that since I encountered you, things have taken a turn, but the point is this. Any of those vile wretches that escaped justice subsequently died in mysterious circumstances. It was at the hand of their own kind. It's not my work.
Lord Strongheart said the same. He believes you're not involved in any way.
But you were attacked by those ruffians because they believe it's true.
What is his scar from again? Do we know?
Huh?
On this?
This?
Oh, his scar.
Oh, that?
Oh, I keep on
Slashed in
forgetting
the
it's a
face.
scar. I keep on
The
thinking
fact
it's
is, since people started to call me the Reaper of the Bailey.
It's because his brow's so furrowed, it's just naturally formed that shape for the rest of his life.
The number of serious crimes in the capital has dropped substantially.
Oh,
It would appear that even the most hardened criminals can be made fearful for their lives.
do you mean to say?
I mean to say that if my pseudonym serves a useful purpose, I adopt it gladly and with honor.
But it's putting you in danger. You could be killed.
That is my fate, let God decide.
Lord Van Zeeks.
Is that it?
That's
Can we
it.
talk to his dude?
Let's investigate.
Yeah.
Nope, we can't. Oh, we can't. Nope. Oh,
Yeah, that thing.
There's
Yeah.
3.
The
This
mill.
is the first time I've ever seen 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, look,
In
it's
all
a scale
games,
model of the Great Exhibition
think.
Showground.
Maybe not. I don't know. That's amazing. I wonder why it's here.
Perhaps he made it to take his mind off the sadness of being too busy to attend in person?
Or perhaps he's too embarrassed to queue up for a ticket.
Surely it's obvious that I'm using it as an investigative aid.
You idiots! Ah!
Aw, man, he's really embarrassed.
You Nipponese have no business painting others as overly reserved.
Oh, I really didn't think he'd overhear that. Like this giant painting of him.
I love how he's letting us look around even though he's like, we're against each other.
I know.
That portrait really dominates the room, doesn't it?
Badge!
It's a very majestic outfit and pose, but sadly, whoever painted it didn't do a very good job of capturing Lord Van Zeek's facial features. Maybe
What?
because it's not him.
What? That looks like Van Zeek's. What do you mean?
It's probably like
Yes,
a,
you're right. I mean, it's not far off, but the artist has exaggerated his subject's handsomeness.
maybe it's like
I
his
think.
brother or something. Ah, that
That
reminds me.
Oh,
I heard Emperor Napoleon of France ordered artists to paint him to make him look more attractive when they painted him.
how vain. That's really not an attractive quality in a person, is it?
That portrait does not depict me! Surely that's immediately obvious.
Oh, then who is it? See, I'm telling you, it's like his brother.
Yeah. He doesn't say.
He doesn't say.
Yeah.
Okay, it's me.
Chess.
This is funny examining his place.
Yeah.
Lord Van Zeek's desk. Look, it's so stylish.
And that's a marble chess set beside it.
Chess. That's the Western version of our Japanese shogi game, isn't it? You know, I'm actually quite good at shogi problems.
Which came first, shogi or chess?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You'd probably like chess problems in that case.
I'd love to challenge Lord Van Zeek sometimes to a bout of shogi problems.
If you only really want to challenge yourself, you can always do that on your own at home.
Shogi was the earliest chess-related historical game.
Oh, there you go. Oh man, look at that fine collection of hallowed chalices and bottles neatly lined up there, all waiting to be broken.
My hollowed bottles are filled with the essence of the finest grapes from the finest vineyards I visit. I personally oversee these chalices being made by the finest crystal craftsmen in the world.
Oh, I just realized that, yeah, the chalices that he keeps breaking. And yet you throw them around in court like they were worthless.
Yes, because this imbecile is so unimaginably and repeatedly wide of the mark sometimes.
Oh,
Before you open your mouth next time, you should consider the poor artisans whose work you defile.
so it's my fault.
You
Oh,
mean
silly
all
me.
those
How
times
could
we've
I
been
have
correct in
how
court
could I have
and
thought
proven
otherwise?
not guilty? It's so dumb. He just hates hope.
Investigating Van Zeek's mansion. Castle. Whoa, there's bats, I just realized.
Well, that's
Wow, what the heck?
Yeah.
Look
He
at all
kinda
those
is like a
ancient
bat.
casts
He's like a
lining the wall here.
Castlevania looking character, honestly.
Honestly. Casks in the Reaper's chamber. Or are they caskets?
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Iris. You don't think all those people who escape conviction in court are lying inside them?
Oh my
dead.
What ridiculous notions are going through
It's
your
so
head,
funny because
man?
like you guys are like talking,
This is my
and he's
collection of
just
fine
standing there
vintages.
listening to you guys, but like, you guys are idiots.
Oh yes, of course. Thank you for clearing that up.
Rudo and I were just musing to ourselves. Don't mind us, Mr. Reaper.
I wouldn't if you hadn't invited yourselves to my office to talk nonsense within my earshot.
Oh, I know. Look at that.
Whoa! Whoa!
That's all.
All of that.
Wow, there were bats!
Yes, the Reaper's familiars, I expect.
Familiar!
What about the mute man in the dark cloak? I thought he was the familiar. Just not the flying kind.
He must be a dear friend of Mr. Reaper, then.
I think the familiar idea is more likely. Scary though, either way.
Oh my gosh.
What is that thing?
Nothing.
Who knows? Or
Alright.
this!
That's nothing, it's part of the set.
Is it?
It looks like a punishment to me. It really looks like a punishment to me.
I've never seen someone sitting like that before.
He hasn't moved a muscle since we arrived.
Wait, they're
fake.
from Japan. Wouldn't they all be about low tables and meditation and sitting on the ground? How does that look like freaking...
No, it's the way he's sitting. I think.
Wow.
They're talking about how he's sitting there like super still and stuff.
Yeah, but I think they would do that in
I
Japan.
don't know. Do you think perhaps he's dead?
If he was dead, Bruno, he wouldn't be sitting up, would he?
I mean, I bet he could. Well, anyway, dead or alive, he's not overly approachable, is he? I don't think he's going to talk to us.
He's not dead. But he won't talk to us.
Okay, well, guess that's it.
Alright.
To the prison.
Oh, finally.
And
I
beyond.
love how it's the last place we went to.
Yeah. This is the most time crunched case, obviously. The warden said cell 11. That's this one.
Guy's voice.
All you.
Oh, there's someone curled up in a ball in the back corner. Look.
I don't remember what he sounded like anymore.
Kinda
What's
sound
his
like
name again?
Meepo to me.
Professor Albert Hairbrain, was it? Wasn't it? Excuse me, Professor Hairbrain.
Who are you?
I'm...
A lawyer!
Was it something I said?
A lawyer, you say? Would you be here about the experiment? Are you going to defend my hypothesis?
Your hypothesis? Sorry, I didn't...
Yesterday's demonstration! That demonstration was... That magnificent demonstration was... It was an out-and-out success by anyone's calculations. But despite that... No one listens. No lawyer believes in the science. When it's explained, they all leave at a high velocity. Oh.
Do you get it? His hair looks like a brain.
That was probably not a good time to mention that your zeal made my concentration leave for a while, too.
Does have an afro.
Yeah, for sure.
You mentioned the demonstration yesterday.
Papers have called it a spectacular failure. After all, a man died in the explosion, didn't he?
No! Yes, you could interpret the results that way if you really wanted to, but, well, I suppose in the strictest sense, the experiment was a failure. But at the same time, it was a great success.
You've lost me.
I saw it with my own eyes right there in front of me. Mr. Asman was spontaneously disassembled.
Oh my god.
Until then, everything was going exactly as my calculations had predicted. At that point, he should have been beamed to the Crystal Tower by instantaneous kinesis. Oh, however, the machine exploded
and Mr. Asman, in fact, perished.
Yes, I can't deny that part of the experiment was a failure.
So what you're really saying is the large explosion that killed Mr. Asman was an accident, correct?
But the big wigs had you arrested on suspicion of murder.
I was responsible for a man's death. That is the immutable truth here. And for that, I wish to be punished at once. But... a murder? Never in a million years. It was an accident. Simply an accident.
I see.
Hurley and I were talking this morning, you know. He said the situation would change completely depending on whether it was treated as an accident or murder.
How exactly?
Well, if it really was an accident, then the professor's machine would be kept in protective custody.
On what grounds?
Oh yes, it's newly established here in Britain, the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act.
That one passed by me.
But if the case is treated as murder, then they'll
And they'll say my machine was a murder weapon, and they'll be able to pour over it as much as they like. If they examine it in detail, they'll find out how it's made, and then they'll be able to copy my idea. My precious hypothesis will be stolen.
You're not even concerned about being charged with murder.
The machine must be protected from that at all costs. That's why it's imperative this whole incident is shown to have been an accident in tomorrow's trial.
Ah, I see now. Well, someone's gonna have tampered with it, but it's gonna look like he did it, so... You know, gotta go figure out who tampered with the machine and killed the person.
Reaper, the Bailey's assistant.
It's gonna be murder, but not by this guy. So in short, there was a terrible accident at the Great Exhibition Showground yesterday.
It could be an accident, remember? The Chronicles switched it up and there was an accident with the stupid cat. That was pretty dumb.
Yep.
That was a murder.
Yes, or rather no, the devil is in the details. Strictly speaking, that was a terrible explosion.
Sounds the same to me.
You were demonstrating super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, weren't you? How fascinating.
Humans, like all matter, are made up of particles that are held together by electrical bonds. So it must be possible using a sufficiently high voltage to break those bonds and beam the particles through space. That's it in a nutshell. That's my idea, you see. That's my amazing hypothesis.
Gosh, that's unimaginably high-level science.
He's literally just saying it has to be possible to disintegrate someone. Nowhere in his hypothesis did he say
It'll actually
come back together.
Perfect as it was before.
Oh, but dare to imagine it, dare to dream of such incredible technology.
I mean, it's not like he disintegrated the man, it's because the guy died from the explosion.
Just think, one moment I could be in the cell, and the next I could be at the Great Exhibition again.
Well, yes, that would be incredible.
And the next, in the mere blink of an eye, I could be at the Great Parisian Theater, you say. The possibilities are endless. The whole of a vast planet would be within reach.
So no more hiding in road ropes on rocky seas for 50 days.
what?
That's his boat trip on the way to Japan.
Oh yeah.
I don't really see it like that.
What do you mean, Iris?
Well, if you could travel anywhere in the world instantly, the planet wouldn't really seem vast anymore, would it? I think it would feel like it had shrunk.
My word, that's exactly right. What are the implications? What does this mean?
Oops, that's got Professor Bunnybrain really worried by the look of it.
Clearly this is yet another case of just because you can doesn't mean you should, I suppose.
The point is, my calculations are flawless. The science works. But without a practical demonstration, it means nothing. And that's always the fly in the ointment.
Ew, what the heck saying is that?
Because practical demonstrations cost a lot of money. Money that young scientists like you don't have.
Whoa, he took that personally. And he took a look at how straight up he got. Oh my.
That's exactly it, yes.
Oh, he's salty.
Hurley's always complaining about it. He says the government should invest more in science.
Whoa.
Well, anyway, I bumped into him right at the right time.
Means that type the fly in the ointment.
Alright, turn to fly in the ointment. Oh, you want me to type the
Yeah,
fly?
let's get over there.
Fly in the ointment. You don't want to know meeting the Reaper? Visiting the Reaper's home?
No.
The Reaper's assistant?
There's no good like words from there. Maybe we'll find something better later.
I met the well-known investor, Mr. Asman.
The victim who died in yesterday's terrible accident, you mean? The full name of the man who died in yesterday's accident was Mr. Odie Asman, wasn't it? What exactly was your relationship with the man?
He first visited me in my laboratory in Germany a year ago now. He said he wanted to invest in my immaculate hypothesis. I thanked my lucky stars.
I see, so you really hadn't known each other until then.
Money for scientific research. I'm so envious.
As far as I was concerned, the man was an angel.
Oh, really?
An archangel, even. He was prepared to fund a practical demonstration of my hypothesis for presentation at the Great Exhibition. And if that went well, I could expect additional financial support for my research from the British government. Mr. Asman provided me with the money and an exceptional engineer. He produced a machine to my precise specifications.
Oh, the engineer.
But then your dreams were blown to dust in one enormous explosion.
As you can see, I owed everything to Mr. Asman. I would never ever have thought of taking the man's life.
Well, he seems genuine enough. I don't think he's lying.
Oh, we're done.
We're done.
So is the engineer who didn't like his boss. Probably.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do, honestly.
Maybe present.
New examine.
How could this have happened?
You must feel awful, as well as a man losing his life. The Crystal Tower is greatly damaged too.
I know what happened. It must have been that.
That?
The day before the demonstration, I had my usual meal of frankfurters.
Frankenfurters.
Frankfurters at the hotel. When I paid the bill, they gave me 3 shillings too much in change. But instead of saying anything, I just slipped the coins into my pocket. They're still there now.
Ah, he's the big karma guy.
I'm just thinking of the little kid who stole the cup.
No! I'm sorry!
Have you seen that video, Thomas?
Nope.
There's a kid accidentally takes a cup from a restaurant, and like it's just a video of him crying in the seat, and his mom's like,
His
"You
mom-
stole it! I'm gonna call the cops."
Oh, I think I have.
No!
He's
I'm
like,
your son!
Son. He's like, I'm scared.
Oh yeah, I'm scared!
I do think I've seen
It's
that.
divine retribution for my wrongdoing! That's what this is.
For a scientist, he has some very illogical anecdotes, long and illogical.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I don't know where I'm supposed
Now
to...
we-
Oh, maybe go to the Great Exhibition? Nope.
What happens
yeah,
when you
down,
examine
down.
his
Oh.
cell? Does that do anything?
Maybe
No,
not.
you can't.
Yeah.
Maybe move. I would move somewhere. Maybe we didn't present somewhere else. Like, did we present? Oh, we didn't go here.
What to
Awesome
do?
game, awesome.
I was telling me something.
I'm so excited about the prospect of Naruhodo's anything consultancy opening for business again.
That's not what it's called. It's Naruhodo's legal consultancy. I've done a lot of studying in these past 6 months, reading law texts and judicial precedents. I'm sure I'm a better lawyer now. I can't wait to start practicing again.
Nothing's changed in here at all, though, has it? It's as though time has stood still in here since Susie went back to Japan.
I wanted to keep it ready for Mr. Sato in case she was able to return to Britain at any point. So I've just left everything the way it was.
I haven't
Oh,
cleaned.
I see. Right. And there was me thinking... And there was me thinking it's because of the way you are. You know, never bothering to tidy up, I mean.
Iris, this isn't the time or the place to bring up my tidiness. Or lack of it. Alright, that didn't help at all. What do I do? Where
Present,
do
no,
I
present,
go?
present. Oh.
Yeah, she doesn't need to see the paper.
Wow.
What the heck?
You already did him. Prosecutor's office? What the heck? Go to prosecutor's office.
Maybe now that we've seen the guy, we can talk to him about him. Nope.
Present. We already presented.
We've already presented him.
We've already examined.
Is there something we missed?
Me-
No way. I mean, unless you can click on the guy again. Or unless... The bats are back.
That's our back.
If you click them again, do they just fly at you again?
Yeah, I'll probably do the entire dialogue again, honestly.
Okay, so it's not here. It's not in the prison. There's no way it's in
There's no way, yeah, you're right. It's just... I don't...
It's not here either.
I don't know where to go!
It's literally nowhere. Wait, go to the prison. Now, converse. 30%.
I show you my armband! Not that. I show you my armband! Take that!
Ah, fascinating, yes.
In Japan, where I come from, it's the symbol of defense lawyer. Wearing it is very bracing, I find.
We leave for
They
like
always
30
make some
minutes.
sense to me, but
minutes
they
and
are
come back.
entirely illogical.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to show you my armband.
What do you mean?
Well, for example, I find this white laboratory coat that I wear for my work very bracing too. However, in my case, there's a perfectly logical reason for that feeling.
Oh, really? What is it?
I purchased wrong size by mistake. This one is too small for me. The sleeves, especially, are extremely bracing. I can barely move my wrists.
That's what you call logical, is it?
Of course, it's entirely logical. That's science, Mr. Naruhodo.
Okay, well, that was useless. Maybe we... Okay, I'll try presenting to Iris the paper. I don't know, man. Iris, about this paper.
Oh yes, it's all about the Great Exhibition. I'm so excited about it. Once you've done what you need to do, we should all go together and explore.
That's what I thought we were going to do. I don't know, it sounds like it'd be quite dangerous. We wouldn't want to get caught up in an explosion as we were walking around in the showgrounds.
Oh, is that what you think's going to happen, is it?
Well, well.
Move. Is there no way to?
Wait, can you go down?
No.
Oh, you can't.
What the freak? Present your armband to what's face, man.
Alright.
We've got nothing else to
At
do.
this point, we're just like...
Check it out, Van Zeeks.
Oh, it just has his name on it.
Oh, is this Japanese kanji script embroidered here?
That's right, the name of the armband's owner.
Oh, so that's how you write Naruhodo, is it?
Actually, no, it's my best friend's name, not mine. It's pronounced Kazuma Asogi. I believe this armband in some way embodies his spirit, you see.
So you have to write all those lines just for one person's name? Kanji is funny, isn't it?
That's right. Never mind my feelings about my best friend. It's the lines I really want to talk about.
Oh my god. I
Savage.
love how it's so sarcastic.
Alright.
Oh, so you have scale balances in Japan too, do you?
Well, yes, but nothing like old Bailey's huge example.
The thing about those scales is they're only ever in balance right at the start of a trial, aren't they?
Otherwise,
Otherwise they always seem to be hanging one way or another.
I noticed the exact same thing.
You can't just present it?
I can. Take that. I know you've seen this around my arm before, but
What is it exactly?
it's the mark of a defense lawyer, in Japan at least.
And what's your reason for showing it to a British prosecutor?
Oh, well, I don't know really.
I can understand at least. There's merit in reminding yourself of who helped you become what you are today.
Oh,
But that's a personal matter. Something you may want to keep close at all times. Not something to flaunt.
no, I suppose not. Thank you for understanding, though.
Achievement unlocked! The inspirational roots, baby!
Wow.
Oh, baby! Show it to Baron Van Zeeks. Whoa!
That's
Our
great.
achievement hunting over here. Oh, he covered his little crossing. It's probably from.
It's probably from this guy.
Oh yeah.
'Cause he
It
also
totally
has
is. Yeah. Interesting. That I feel such a. That was a rush of dopamine. Seeing that little achievement thing pop up. Woo!
Okay, that's great and all, but where the heck do I go?
Let me look it up.
What the heck do I do?
What is this chapter?
Chapter 3, Part 1.
Maybe
that's the
examine
walkthrough.
Sholmes' suite. Because you know how he was acting all weird? Oh, we didn't really examine it, so there's something.
So we're on the second game,
Wait,
episode 3.
Yep, first Part 1.
What?
We're just examining. Like,
We're
keep going,
examining.
keep going. I do love a good fire in the colder months. Watching the flames flickering and dancing about is just so very relaxing.
Cleaning out the chimney isn't so relaxing, though.
No, getting covered in soot isn't my idea of fun.
You know, Hurley decided he was going to clean it out himself last year. But you can guess what happened, can't you? He got himself stuck inside the flue.
He's a very slim man, I admit, but there are limits to where a fully grown man can fit.
Now every time he dozes off by the fire, he has nightmares about it.
Ah, all these different pieces are evidence from cases that Mr. Sholmes has solved are very interesting.
Trouble is, Hurley forgets things so quickly. He never remembers why these things are relevant. The other day, for example, he saw the orange pips that were there and decided to plant them in the garden.
Pips.
Yes, they've all sprouted now. We have 5 new little plants.
Oh, well, I don't know what case they were from, but if Mr. Sholmes can get oranges to grow outside in England, he should change his profession. Ah yes, the huge metal chest with the lace cloth laid on it, being used as a table for tea and coffee. It's very sturdy, that's for sure, and firmly locked shut.
That chest contains my father's detailed records of Hurley's many cases.
Yes, so I've been led to believe, though personally I've never actually seen inside.
And that's the way it will stay. Those papers are a secret between Daddy and me. If you go opening it uninvited, you might find yourself being bitten.
What? Is there a beast inside there or something? Alright, so what is it, Matt?
Go back to the prison. Well, have you done everything here?
No,
I mean,
Do everything
we're
here.
doing it.
this. Every time I look at that machine, I can't help thinking what a monstrosity it is. What is it? What's it called again?
The Great analytoscope. I can analyze absolutely anything, you know.
It does seem incredible, and at the same time incredibly useless.
Ah, but it looks impressive, doesn't it? So that makes it very useful.
How does that make it useful?
Because it means you can pawn it for lots of money. The pawnbrokers always make idle remarks like, "What an incredible looking machine."
Ha!
So Hurley often takes it to the pawn shop when he's a little short.
It sounds like this thing pulls its weight around here more than I realized by having its weight pulled around. Alright, we'll try going to the prison.
Yeah, it's just lists things that we don't have, so I don't understand. Go converse. It says, ask your contemporary the Reaper's identity. Oh no, at the prison. Yesterday's demonstration, instantaneous kinesis, and the Reaper, or it has one that we don't have. It says the Reaper's varsity years.
So maybe go back.
So hold on, you gotta
go back to the Reaper's place.
maybe present the fact that it's the Reaper.
Yeah.
Present. You present a person. Because it lists that. I'm not sure why. Maybe let me go up to the Reapers.
Yeah, maybe we missed a step somewhere.
Present your armband. You get the achievement. Present the newspaper. Go back to the Reaper.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get the feeling we just missed something when we're
Gotta ask
here.
him.
Talk to
Or-
him.
Okay.
First, next to your brain's thought, so he definitely doesn't seem to mind. Click on that one. You already do this.
Yeah, we already did all these.
Yeah.
Click on the identity one.
Okay. Let's get
You
through
mean I
this.
said before.
Go over the people he's not killed. Not some guy that smites people.
Hold on.
Oh.
Transition.
Oh yeah, he's just saying it's
yeah.
useful. He's gonna be the Reaper.
There's
It
nothing
says-
else
it
you can
says-
examine in this room?
Okay, so look at the three options again. This is what it says for my options.
Okay.
It says, last
Oh,
night's
wait.
attack.
Oh.
Your contemporary. Hello.
First.
Last night's attack, your contemporary, the Reaper's identity. After that, ask about your apprentice.
How do you do that?
Just what it says.
Look up a walkthrough on YouTube, I guess.
It says your apprentice. That's all it says.
Weird. Can we not?
You can navigate. Well, I'm gonna look this up on YouTube. These three.
Dude. Click on him.
I know, I'm just looking. Clicking him again.
Did we present back? Talk to him. Present the. We present the newspaper to Van Zeeks. Or I'm sorry, present.
Okay, well, you missed something in this office for
Click,
sure.
click the newspaper. Newspaper. Ah, yes. It seems there was a reporter nearby when that little skirmish took place. We never presented this.
Yeah, we did it.
Oh wow.
I had no idea I'd been photographed. It was careless of me.
Looks looks as though it was taken out after the people who attacked you had run away, though.
Rest assured, he's like posing. Oh. Rest
know.
assured, the police have already apprehended every last one of them.
They were just in a fighting stance, man.
But
But there's someone else fighting alongside you, it seems.
yeah.
And I think it's the same man who's sitting over there as we speak, isn't it?
As I mentioned already, he's my apprentice.
Perhaps you could tell us a little more about him.
There we go.
Your apprentice.
Gosh dang it. The one person we didn't even present to.
I
He's
know.
in my tutelage to become a prosecutor.
I love how we presented the band
So you
first.
could say he's my apprentice, I suppose.
Ah, like you are to Hurley then, Runo.
I don't remember taking an apprenticeship with the great detective.
Stand up and talk.
He's compiling a report about last night's attack.
It looks like he's wearing some kind of mask.
On Lord Strongheart's orders, nobody knows the man's face, or indeed his identity.
But why would you agree to take on such a clearly suspicious individual?
Lord Strongheart's orders again. He's not one for meaningless follies. There will be a good reason for his actions.
I hope you're right.
Oh,
No.
now he talks to us.
What
Oh,
the freak?
Fred.
Ah.
The task is complete. Good. In that case, you can collate all the briefs.
He's not gonna have a voice.
Hmm.
He's wearing, hold on, he's wearing like this thing. Maybe he's the dude with the white hat from before, or no? No, he
White
went to jail.
hat.
No.
Nice to meet you. Back to work again. That was really strange, though. I've never met the man before and didn't even know he existed, and yet somehow it didn't feel like like our first encounter.
I told you, I swear he's someone else.
It's Kazuma.
Don't bother trying to converse with him. He says nothing to anybody from outside this office. Lord Strongheart has strictly forbidden it.
Wow. Oh, I see.
Why are you so interested in my apprentice anyway?
Hmm? Oh no, I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to. The way he stood there so casually, yet with that flawless posture. It couldn't be.
Know who it is?
I have no idea.
Cosmo!
So honestly, kind of who I'm thinking.
Ah, yes, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
Oh, what's that?
That Nibonese man, is he faring well?
Sorry?
The one arrested twice in succession 6 months ago with the stoop, and the mustache, and the jitters.
Ah, Mr. Natsuma, you mean?
Has he died yet?
I'm not sure he'd be very pleased to find out you identified him from that list, Runo.
He's fine, thank you. In fact, I received a letter from him, the International Post, only the other day.
I see. The one that got away. And I think we can end our discussion there, don't you?
I still have to kill that man.
There's little time left before tomorrow's trial. I advise you to spend it investigating the case.
Yes, thank you for the advice and for the conversation. I can't believe he's asking after Soseki-san, after a Nipponese! I'm not sure whether to feel happy about that or worried.
Yeah, for
Now go to the prison.
Yeah, no, I
I
get
never
it.
imagined that Mr. Reaper would be friends with the mad scientist, did you? That's a turn up for the books.
A mad scientist? Ah, you mean Professor Hairbrain? Yes, it might be worth quizzing the professor about his relationship with Lord Van Zeeks, I think. Wow. Now it comes up.
Yeah.
To prison. I understand Lord Van Zeeks is a friend of yours from your university days.
Sorry?
Yes, that's right. He was studying law whilst I was studying science.
Are you looking up more walkthrough?
I'm looking up what to do here. And if it leads into
No,
the
we
next
got
thing.
it,
You literally
got
know
it.
what to do
We got
here.
it now.
Okay.
What was he like back then?
A good question. Unassuming, gentlemanly, an all-around nice fellow, really.
Sorry, I think you misheard me. I'm talking about the cold-hearted, merciless, racist prosecutor, Barak Van Zeeks. What was he like when he was at university?
Talk about a leading question, Bruno.
As I said, an unassuming and extremely pleasant gentleman. After all, he is the little darling of the Van Zeeks family, with all its great aristocratic origins.
I didn't realize he had quite such noble blood.
Yep. Little darling!
It was a bit of a shock when I came back to Britain and learned what he'd become. The Reaper of the Bailey, no less.
Yes, that's right.
I did hear, though, that there was a very big event in his life that completely changed him after graduation.
It's gotta
Really?
be something about that person on the wall.
What sort of event?
Ah! I'm sorry, but I don't know anymore. I was in Germany already.
Oh, yes, of course. If he's heard all about the Reaper, I really didn't have the heart to tell him that Lord Van Zeeks will be the prosecutor in court tomorrow. So, Professor, just let me make absolutely sure I've understood you properly. The huge explosion that occurred yesterday, that was an accident, you're saying? You had no intent to harm the victim, who was in fact the sole investor in your work, is that correct?
As correct as 2 squirrels on a football field. As correct as... as correct as 2 squared is 4, I swear it.
And if you just followed the rest of the statement, you could have led to the answer.
Yes, it's true that the man perished in a machine of my invention. So I know I'm far from blameless in all this, but still, I would never use my discoveries, my inventions, to take a person's life, not in a centillion years. I'm a man of science. It's all I know. You have to believe me, please. And do you believe me? Do you believe in my hypothesis? Science is a pure pursuit of truth, you know. I've always believed that all my life.
I'm afraid I don't know much about science or your theories, but I do believe you, and I will fight to prove your innocence with all my... Stop breathing so hard!
That was not so...
With all my might. I'm a man of the law. It's all I know. You have to believe me, please.
That's how he's breathing.
When I went to live in Germany after I graduated, I learned something very important. Nationality, class, lineage, none of that matters. As long as you try your hardest, you can achieve anything.
Thank you for that, Professor.
And thank you in advance for defending me tomorrow in court.
Alright, Runo. It's time. Time to visit the Great Exhibition.
Sorry?
Well, that's where the incident happened, isn't it?
Yes,
Why is she pointing the
suppose
gun
that's
at us
true.
again?
Time to investigate it
Let's
less,
go.
because she's making sure we go to the Great Exhibition.
Alright, time to
It's
go,
time
Nuno.
to go!
She's like, I stayed in that stupid place for 12 hours while the guy explained his thing, and we walked around aimlessly.
Ugh, the showgrounds are a little too big for my liking. We've been walking around in dense crowds for 2 hours now, and I felt myself swooning 3 times.
What?
Swooning?
Looking at the hot ladies.
There are a lot of people, aren't there? I've almost been trotted on 3 times, too.
Be careful, won't you, Iris? Don't let go of my hands. We finally made it through the throngs, though, by the look of it. Here we
The
are.
thongs. That's why he was swooning.
Underneath
Oh
Made it through the
gosh.
thongs by the
Oh,
looks
dang.
of it.
Climbing underneath those dresses. Here we are, underneath
Oh
the public
my
experimentation
God.
stage where the explosion happened yesterday.
Oh.
Gasp. Someone. What's that? I can hear voices from up on the stage. It sounds like an argument.
Oh, I've had it with you this time. I'm warning you, I'll arrest you in a minute.
Oh.
Isn't this Thomas?
Oh, am I doing this again?
No.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
Oh yeah? Go on then. Give it a shot. You ain't got no evidence, and you know it.
He's
Wait,
got a hairy hand.
I know those voices. Oh boy.
You've got a cheeky little mouth on you, young lady, but I know it
Wait,
says
his
to
hand
teach you
looks
some
as
manners.
Just try it, I dare ya. If you want that bag of chips rammed down your throat.
Whoa, weird angle.
Yoo-hoo! Graxy! What are you guys doing up there?
Oh! Ah! It's you, your ladyship. How are you, your ladyship? I do hope you're well, your ladyship.
Does that make her 3 times a lady?
I'm not well at all. It's far too busy everywhere. I wanted to ride in a balloon, but there was a 3-hour queue.
Disneyland.
Unbelievable. I'll go and have a word for you at once, your ladyship. You'll be flying as high as a kite in no time once I pull some strings for you.
Oh man, this is the first time we're seeing him all the games?
What? No, we saw him in the
Why
past.
is it doing the explanation?
It's been so
Tobias
long.
Gregson, an inspector at Scotland Yard. Until recently, he was suspended from duty, but it
Was
would
he
appear he's
live?
back in action now. He's actually quite well known, appearing as well as he does in the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, and for that reason, he can't say a word wrong to the story's author, Iris. But there are limits, surely, or there should be.
Watch it, sunshine!
So sorry.
What gives then? Don't tell me you're on this case.
Yes, I'm acting for the defense.
So we're here to investigate.
Dear me, it's a situation, is it?
Is it really that troubling?
Measly five.
Is that all you got? You're a lawyer, ain't you? You could stand to carry a little bit more copper around in your pockets, Mr. Nara Odo. Well, hey, that's my last bit of spending money, that is.
Oh, she pockets it.
You can't have it back. You can't have it back, but I'll have to charge you for all the bother. 3 bob. This is Gina Lestrade, a pickpocket or diver born and bred in the East End of London. In the case that led to my own suspension 6 months ago, this is the young girl I was defending in court. What's your problem, Odo? Diver, pickpocket, what's with all of the name calling? You want a bag of chips rammed down your throat and all, do ya? I thought you were proud to be a diver, Gina. You were just arguing with Inspector Gregson about it, weren't you? I assumed you'd been up to your usual tricks here at the showground. That ain't no way to talk to a lady, Odo. After years a long time, people can change. I'm an apprentice now, learned to be a Scotland Yard detective.
What?
So you'll have to call me what everyone else does. It's Inspector Lestrade now.
What
Wow.
the heck?
Inspector!
Wow.
The badge is homemade, surely.
Inspector Pot isn't entirely accurate, no one calls her that. For what it's worth anyway, investigating is off the cards for all of us.
What's that supposed to mean?
Right, well, be back up top, you hold the fort down here, right?
Right, sir. This raises a lot of questions. Alright.
First. Gotta end it in 10.
You're 10 minutes?
Boy.
Yeah.
It was 8 months ago now that I first encountered Gina in connection with the case I was working on. At the time, she was living in the East End with a group of other orphans. She helped all of them survive by pickpocketing, but then she got embroiled in a murder. Murder. I had a lot of questions to think in prison. I had a lot of time to think in prison, and I totally missed the second statement. The diamond weren't working out.
Oh, I'm so pleased to hear it, Ginny. Well done.
So you went from being a pickpocket to a detective? You got it. Good, innit? Inspector Lestrade sounds like something out of a book, eh? Well, I mean...
Is it?
Inspector Lestrade's like the name that Inspector Dogs was in Sherlock Holmes.
Oh.
Talk about a sea change. Well, that's first heard that. And then there's Iris's old man to think about. Iris's father, you mean? Yeah, I promised her, didn't I? I said I'd get all the police forces around the world to pull out all the stops looking for him. Just a small promise then, nothing serious.
Oh, Ginny, you're so sweet.
So anyway, that's how I had to go at the test for Scotland. It's so hard to read. Only trouble is I don't read so well, do I? Just a small problem, nothing serious.
Oh my.
And that's when Hurley approached Grexy and asked for help. But the inspector said he'd take full responsibility for Ginny and made her a sort of apprentice.
That was very magnanimous of Inspector Gregson and brave.
Well, you know Hurley. He enjoys finding ways to make people do what he wants.
The great detective likes digging for dirt, in other words. So, the long and short of it is, if you got questions about the case, you can ask Inspector Lestrade. Right then, Inspector. Actually, there's still a big mystery surrounding Gina, isn't there?
Oh, what, Runo, what?
Well, 6 months ago, Gina was the defendant in a trial prosecuted by the Reaper. How are you still not dead?
Yeah.
A trial in which she was found not guilty, and yet she's still here. Okay. Come on, you're not still going on about that, are you? The Legend of the Reaper, or whatever it's called. Cole, you don't have to worry, although. If I didn't have L, it's half. If I didn't have half worry, there probably wouldn't be a whole lot of you left. It's like I told you before, ain't it? The Reaper's kinda like him upstairs, so it knows what I'm like on the inside. That I ain't done nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with me stretching a point.
What about Mr. Natsume
my
in Japan?
gosh.
He's perfectly fine, isn't he?
Well, that's true. Perhaps the Reaper is more discerning than I thought. Exactly, so I ain't worried. I'm totally fine.
Very entertaining.
I'm glad. This is all for the content.
Core? What is
It was
core?
out. I have no idea. Out of this world, it was. The brainy bloke pulled a bunch of levers on his machine and suddenly started billowing smoke. Then it just went pop. I ain't seen a better experiment here yet. Sorry.
You mean you saw it, Jenny, with your own eyes?
Yeah, of course. The boss is in charge here, ain't he? Of keeping everything running smooth, I mean. The boss being Inspector Gregson, I suppose. That's going to take some seriously getting used to. So all I have to say is I'm on duty, and I can do whatever I want to. Get this, I was up in one of them flying balloons when it happened, watching it from above.
No! You're so lucky, Jenny. Maybe I should join Scotland Yard too.
Honestly?
Yeah, do it! You know, out to put the boss in his place already, right, Iris? You'd have no trouble at all.
Then it's settled. When do I start?
No, you can't just join Scotland Yard, Iris.
We'll see. Anyway, what I don't understand is this. If the machine exploded so spectacularly...
According to Google, core is British slang. Expressing surprise, excitement, admiration, or alarm. That has a lot of different emotions. How can Professor Bunnybrain still be...
Hey.
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 How can Professor Bunnybrain still be claiming that his experiment was a success?
Oh, right. Well, it was a success. In a way. It was. How could it have been? Surely after the whole machine blew up, no one could call the experiment a success. Like I said, it did sort of work. I mean, yeah, there was a load of smoke and that whopping great bang. But where do you think they found the victim's body, eh? In the crystal tower over there. What? In the tower?
Whoa.
You can see it for yourself, can't you? Up there, above the scaffold.
So he just got blown over.
Yeah, the explosion
The
carried the
explosion-
body and shot it
my.
over. He never teleported.
Oh, where all the glass is broken, you mean?
Yeah, the cage what the victim got in to start with really did get beamed through the air or whatever and landed all the way over there. So, you see, it did kinda work, didn't it? What? I don't believe it. I mean, I don't get ins and outs of it, but everything's powerful, right, with science. Oh, I tell you what, you can have this. It's the plan of the experiment they drew up at the yard. Are you sure? Yeah, go on. I had 3 bob off you before, so fair's fair. Yes, I didn't actually give that to you, but did I?
Catch up the experience.
Something Inspector Gregson said before seemed a little strange.
What it's worth anyway, investigators off the card for all of us.
Investigation of what?
Off the cart for all of us. You didn't catch that?
Yes, naughty old Gregsy ran off after that.
Naughty old
Explaining himself.
Gregsy. Don't ever say that again, Iris. That's not
Oh,
good.
That's not what a 10-year-old should be saying.
Yeah, point
All
on the
right,
doll,
Pat.
Iris. Where did he...
The boss said no one's allowed to investigate that weird machine.
Wait, has
what
this
blew
thing
up
always
yesterday.
been there? Or did it just
Probably.
appear? Well, that's not fair. We're representing the defendant.
In that case, could you at least tell us what you've learned from your investigations? Nah, you're not getting it. We ain't allowed to investigate neither. Why? What did the boss call them again? The forensic investigation team, I think? Anyway, apart from them lot, no one's allowed to lay a finger on the scene. Bit funny, ain't it? So even Scotland Yard's own detectives can't investigate. Yes, I've never heard something like that before. I thought I could have a gander on the quiet though, but the boss caught me at it. You probably heard him give me an earful about it before from down here, didn't ya? It's not bleeding fair. I think you were giving him as much of an earful back as I remember it. Yeah, well, sometimes I think it's all them chips what make him so stubborn.
All them chips.
You say something to him, Odo? Go on, see if you can get through to him. He's up on the platform above us, is he? That's where the machine exploded.
We can try, can't we, Bruno? Gregsy will listen to us.
Move up
Well,
3 minutes.
Maybe we'll finish the investigation as soon as we finish this scene. I don't know. See for this thing.
it looks as though somebody dropped something from the tree, behind the tree just here.
Dropped or hid? Crossbow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What is this? Some part of a machine that exploded?
Maybe. It could have fallen from the platform above in the blast, perhaps.
What's going on here? Oh, nothing. I think I'll hang on to this just in case. Casually stores this in his coat pocket.
Mysterious control.
The Crystal Tower. It's certainly an apt name. It was built to be a focal point of the exhibition, and it definitely is, being so tall and with all that glass. I can't imagine a building like this ever erected in Japan.
There are lots of exhibits inside the tower as well, apparently. Of course, there's an observation deck, but there's also an art gallery, a zoo, and a museum. But I heard you have to queue for 3 hours just to get through the doors.
Man, they just haven't developed fast passes yet. Well, at the moment, the shattered glass from the failed experiment may well be the biggest draw.
And thanks to that accident, the whole tower is shut.
Suddenly, it's not the Crystal Tower anymore, but the Crystal Glass Shower.
Oof.
What?
Apparently everyone's taking to the skies now to look down on the disaster area from above instead. There's a 3-hour queue to go up in a balloon now.
Londoners must be very patient people. These stairs obviously lead to the stage above. We should go up there and investigate the exact spot where the experiment was being conducted. So that's it, is it? The machine that blew up.
Oh, it must have been a magnificent explosion, and I've seen my fair share.
You've seen things like this before, you mean?
Of course, Hurley's always doing experiments that end in a bang. In fact, in his own words, explosions are the very essence of chemistry.
Ah, that might explain the smell of burning that frequently comes wafting up the stairs.
One time, he made something that exploded with such force it took the roof off the building. I wish you'd been there to see it, Bruno.
Gonna become a pyromaniac as she
I
grows
know.
up. It's hard to get too excited about that given how that I now live in the roof.
Well, anyway, that's enough about that. It's time to investigate.
Alright. Probably don't
pause
have
it
time
here.
to investigate. Ah, look, Inspector Gregson is over there. He seems to be deep in thought about something whilst eyeing up the machine carefully.
Really? He just looks confused to me.
Alright, we're gonna have to call it here, it seems like.
You didn't wake up
Unfortunately-
early enough.
Unfortunately, didn't quite make it to the end of the part, but hopefully you can make up for it
I
next
was
time.
okay, so I was just barely looking.
See how much is
There's
left?
so much left.
I see.
Oh, well,
Like-
probably.
Like there's a whole other area.
Okay, well, I mean, another area doesn't take that much time if you really think about it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to do that in the next part.
Alright, but thank you all for watching. This has been today's stream. We're gonna skip the outro and just go to end stream, but thank you.
No, wait, you can play the music.
Alright, well, it's
Play
a bit inconvenient when everything's all the way over
Play
here.
the music.
Every single time, and I have to reach over.
Play Undertale music.
Undertale music. No, I play one thing and one thing only.
It's not copyright.
Yeah, but the whole point is I just always play this.
Alright, thank you everyone. Right.
Alright, thank you all for watching. We'll catch you in the next... Put that back. Wait, put that back. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Alright, we'll catch you all in the next stream.
Bye.
Until next time.
Right. Oh, it fades out. I forgot. And then you end our voices, right?
Well, I mean, usually I have a way to mute this.
Just drag it
I
down,
guess I could
just-
just do...